On Wednesday nights, we've been having these snapshots of the different books of the Bible, and we've been looking through the history. And the last couple of weeks, we've been studying about Ezra and Nehemiah. And if you remember, they basically talk about the return from Babylon, the return out of bondage back to Jerusalem. And one of the things that happens, and you hear Nehemiah as he is waiting upon the king, every time somebody comes from that area, he's asking how things are going, because there's already been one return that has gone back to begin this rebuilding. And they went back in three different ways, basically to restore the temple worship, and then the rebuilding of the wall. Those were the three things that they concentrated on and got them done in basically that order. So as Nehemiah is waiting on the king and these people are coming from Jerusalem, he's asking how things are going. And it's not sounding real good. And he's very disappointed, and he has heard about its history and its ancestry, and how great the Israelites were while they were in Jerusalem, how great the nation of Israel was. And he's longing to go back and to help restore that. The people were brought out of Jerusalem by the Babylonians. Today, there are things that pull us away. It's our desires. Our lust and our desires pull us away from God, where we want to be in that rightful relationship with God in the kingdom. The Israelites wanted to reflect back on the good old days. And most of them had, remember that it's been 70 years since they were in captivity. So many of them were never lived in Jerusalem. So this is going to be but they've heard about its history, and they want to go back and they want to rebuild it. Just like it would be devastating for us to see a house that we grew up in, to go back to it later on and hear of it being destroyed. That would be kind of a bummer. We would hate to see that happen to a house that we grew up in, because there's some sentimental value there to that. Well, Nehemiah is excited about going back, and he goes before the king and gets permission from the king to be part of that group that goes back. Now, one of the things that happens is Cyrus makes this decree that allows them to go back, but they were not forcibly sent back. They had a choice whether to go back or not. They could stay in their area, or they could go somewhere else. But it was a choice that they returned. They had a great history there, and they wanted to go back and to reestablish that history. Well, I'm here to tell you tonight that Pinellas Park has had a great history. This congregation here has helped set up many of the congregations that are round about. Northwest, North Side, Seminole, which is now, I don't remember what it is. New Hope, the congregation up at Spring Hill Church of Christ, Bay Vista, lots of congregations. We went up to Georgia, had no ties there or anything, built them a brand new building, gave it to them, no cost. We've had missionaries come through here. We've had great preachers, elders, deacons that have come through Pinellas Park and have left and gone somewhere else and doing great things other places. But I see a great need here for a rebuilding, for a restoring of the congregation here. There are, you don't even have to go to a different place to leave. We can, when we're talking about the church is not a place, a physical place. The church is being with God in that covenant relationship. We can allow the cares of this world to pull us away from where we are supposed to be, where we should be. And tonight, I hope that you have a desire to want to be back in that right relationship with God, helping us here at this congregation to help rebuild and to restore the history that we have here at Pinellas Park. Tonight, if you have any sins that you would like to bring before the congregation and to ask for prayers, or if you would like to be baptized for the remission of your sins, whatever your need, please come as together we stand and sing.